MindsEye, the so-called GTA killer, is out now.
What are you doing here?
And I wanted to make sure that everyone got their facts straight before deciding whether or not the game is worth their time. I searched for clues.
You're the facilities manager?
I asked some friends.
What do you think about the MindsEye situation? Just like in one sentence almost.
Pathetic.
And even watched the showcase. So it's bad, but how bad is it? After all, they didn't give out review copies for the game, so let me break it down for you in this episode of DeepDive.exe.
The corpo pride on the line. No truth in their data. Null signal.
First, full disclosure, I didn't play it. I don't want to play it, but I did spend hours inside the digital trenches, sifting through gameplay, early reviews, and real players trying to figure out what the game even is. This video isn't a review, it's a reality check. So, if you're still on the fence, this should help you fall off of it. Let's get one thing straight. MindsEye is not GTA 6, it's not even GTA 5 with mods. And don't you dare drag my beautiful, glorious Cyberpunk 2077 into this mess. What MindsEye actually is a single-player story module tied to a larger platform called Everywhere, some kind of UGC-driven metaverse experiment with NFT ambitions of Roblox envy. Certainly sounds ambitious, also sounds a little bit like a boardroom hallucination driven by corporate greed but forced upon a dev team. And if the game was meant to be a hype machine for the platform, it failed. This game doesn't even feel like a game. It feels like a really bad tech demo that escaped containment. Clunky, empty, and completely unconvincing as a proof of concept. First up, performance. Multiple reports of crashes on launch, shader stutters, screen tearing, and frame drops, even on a 4090, which can basically simulate real life with a properly optimized game. One user refunded after only 22 minutes because NPCs were falling from the sky and FPS was tanking harder than MindsEye's Steam rating. Next is the length and content of the game. According to my good friend Mr. Hazel88, the whole thing wraps up in about 13 hours, with just one trophy missing for his platinum. That's pretty short. For perspective, GTA 5's story takes about 30 to 35 hours and Cyberpunk's takes about 20 to 25. That doesn't even include the side content, which there is tons of. On that note, MindsEye essentially has no side content, it is purely just the story and a very lackluster free roam mode. So what about optimization? Unreal Engine jank. That's kind of the theme here. Users are calling it typical bad Unreal Engine feel, with multiple reviews pointing out a complete lack of polish, basic bugs, and what feels like an entirely skipped QA cycle. Countless game-breaking bugs that cause you to fail missions, let you fall through the floor, or just completely ruin the overall immersion, or what little there is. And what about the response from the community? Refunds, regret, and relief that they didn't fall for the hype. One review literally calls it dog doo-doo poo-poo water. I couldn't make that up if I tried. A poll I found on Reddit with the majority saying yes to refunding the game. That's not a hot take, that's a trend. And lastly, let's have a look at the development team behind the game. First off, 2 studio executives bailed just days before launch. No statements, no handoff, just a silent exit while the ship was sinking. Then there's Mark Gerhard, the studio's co-CEO, claiming that the flood of backlash is part of a coordinated attack, that the reviews are fake, the criticism is bots, and that people are being paid to trash the game. When questioned about this, he kind of loosely just aimed it at Rockstar. But surely they didn't know how bad the game was, even though they spend a lot of money on quality assurance. Well, let me just remind you that they sent out 0 review copies. Not a single one. Just paid promotion and embargo silence up until launch day. And now they're wondering why trust evaporated faster than the frame rate on a PS5 Pro. This isn't just a bad launch, It's a textbook case in how not to build community trust, how not to roll out a game, and how not to respond when it all goes sideways. You can't patch public confidence, and right now, this studio has none. After digging through the wreckage, talking to the players, reading the refunds, and watching the frame rate melt on high-end rigs, I think we have our answer. MindsEye is not a GTA killer. It's not even a functioning clone. It's a game launched without optimization and with almost no community trust. It was backed by a dev team that refused to hand out even a single review copy, and now all they do is hide behind the patches coming soon statements. The performance is broken, the gameplay is mid, and the story, while maybe decent, is buried under bugs, stuttering, and texture work that looks like it was scraped from a 2010 game. The Steam reviews are sitting at mostly negative, players are refunding within minutes, the CPR mechanic doesn't even work for the QuickTime event, and the Discord mods had to disable reactions because the meltdown was overwhelming. People are not just disappointed, they're angry. They feel scammed, misled, and silenced. And they're not wrong. So if you're wondering whether this game is worth your $60, the community has your answer. And just in case you need one more opinion to add to that pile, here's mine. Don't touch it. Don't even look at it. Let this game fade into memory where it belongs. It should be a lesson to all dev teams on what not to do, and I personally hope that Leslie Benzies has learned a massive lesson. If you want to stay ahead of the corporate lies, avoid the flops, and all the corporate spin that typically comes with gaming news, subscribe to Null Signal. I drop daily news bites, and I'll occasionally deliver DeepDive.exes like this one. And as always, if you don't flatline today, I'll see you tomorrow.
So,
Is he the one? So he's from Rockstar. So he's the
Yeah.
one. Was he the one that had like all the all the paid Rockstar bots?
no,
Is that
no,
from his
that,
mouth?
That was another executive.
Oh, okay. So wait, these are the two that left. Or
No,
are they another
no.
different?
Leslie Benzies is ride or die for this. It's his company.
brother, brother. I hate to tell you this, Leslie Benzies, but it might be die. I don't think there's any ride in it. It's all dying.
Null signal.